Welcome back to another video, my friends. Inside of this video, I'm going to be walking you through exactly how I would build and scale a low ticket membership continuity program, whatever the hell you want to call it, to $100,000 a month. I'm working on this project with my client at the moment. She is a fitness coach. She works with women in their 40s and 50s, helps them fix their hormones, overcome perimenopause. She does amazing work. Over the last 7 years, she's sold high ticket programs. We want to transition into the low ticket group coaching model because number one, it's a lot more scalable. Number two, you don't actually have to deal with sales team people anymore. You don't have to build and manage a sales team, which is, if you haven't done it, it's quite a lot of work. And number three, you don't actually have to deal with staff. So you see inside of the group coaching model, what happens is you build a product that's very scalable. In this particular instance, we have an app. We have 8 group coaching calls with them a week. We have course content and we have the community. And I think it's going to be extremely valuable because we're going to be launching this at $69 a month. And our goal is to get as many members as possible. And so behind that, I want to share with you the strategy on how we're going to do this. And I think this works perfectly well if you don't have a following. Okay, any of the strategies here, you don't have to have 1 million followers. You don't have to, be crazy. But I'm going to show you exactly the thought process behind this. And then hopefully in a few months, I'll be able to walk you through behind the scenes of case studies exactly of what we did. All right, so with that being said, let's hop over to my iPad. So what we have here is we have something called a break-even offer. Okay, break-even offer. The whole point of this is we want to be able to run ads every day. We want to be able to sell them digital products. Digital products are fantastic because they have 100% margin. It doesn't cost us anything to sell a digital product. And what it allows us to do is it allows us to acquire new leads and new customers. Okay, so imagine this. If we're spending $1,000 a day on ads, okay, and we're able to make $1,000 back using a break-even offer, which I'm going to show you the mathematics and the thought process behind what we're going to do here. It allows us to basically acquire X amount of leads and X amount of customers. Okay, so let's just call this. Let's say the cost per acquisition, it costs us $20 per customer. Well, we're able to acquire 50 customers, and through those customers, we're probably going to be able to get 150 leads. 150 leads are people that complete a checkout, but they don't purchase. They complete their name, email, phone number. They become a lead, but they didn't purchase yet. Okay, so we're able to get 50 new customers and 150 new leads every single day. And what we can actually do with this is we can ask them, hey, would you like a free 30-day trial for this coaching program? And so this break-even offer, the essence of a break-even offer is that we're able to show them what they need to do. We can give them a course. We can sell them a digital product. We can give them a training plan. We can give them a meal plan. We can give them a complete 30-day challenge to complete. But the thing that separates this from the continuity program is that the continuity program or the group coaching program is actually coaching. Would you like us to coach you over the next 30 days, show you everything? And when you just say yes to this free trial, you're also going to receive all these massive value bonuses. This is the thought process behind it. Now, it's very simple because what we want to do is we want to have a consistent way. If we post on social media every single day, I look at social media and I look at content as always like icing on the cake. I always look at, hey, if you go viral and you're able to post really good content and you're able to nurture those people that, see your ads, they come to your social media, they want to learn a little bit more, they follow you, they like you, and they'll buy from you, right? We always know that people that follow your brand, they're going to have a higher lifetime value. They're going to be better raving fans. Why? Because they've consumed content. So the whole thought process behind this is if you get people to consume content, they will move further up the chain because they know you, they like you, they trust you, you are seen as an expert. And so all of this wraps around into what we're going to be talking about right now. I just want to share this with you first because if you have zero experience in anything, the very first thing, if you don't have a following, okay, you can literally run an ad every day. You can spend $10 a day, and if you make $10 back, what you've done is you've actually been able to acquire a lead and customer, and you're able to communicate to these people to go, hey, can you take me up on this free trial? And the craziest part about this is it's really become so easy to build a community. You don't have to build what my clients have built here, where they've got their own app and they've got their own community. You can literally just launch something on school, charge $99 a month and just apply this free trial concept. So you've got a free trial for coaching. And I think, if you do low ticket coaching, you do group coaching, this becomes something quite scalable. It becomes scalable because scalability depends, like when you think about scaling a high ticket product, you actually have to add more salespeople. And every time you add more salespeople, what happens is you lose efficacy. Okay, you then have to train them, you then have to onboard them, you then have to find them, you then have to manage them, you then have to do more calls with them. It takes a lot more effort. You then start noticing that they burn out. You then start noticing that some of them just don't want to do sales anymore, and so they leave. And so you've got this big machine that you actually have to manage, which takes up time, energy, and effort. And if you can't afford a great sales manager, let alone like just finding a sales manager, you need a great sales manager to be able to manage that. And not everybody in this space understands how to do that. And I get it. So this model here is something that's quite lean. And the craziest part is my clients are launching supplements as well. And instead of trying to sell subs on the front end, we're just trying to get them to buy in to sell them subs on the back end over in this place. And the reasons why is because when you have a customer that's educated and you have supplements that are of the highest quality, then your returning rate becomes extremely high. Your customer return rate, because they've got brand loyalty, you've educated them, they go back and they like your supplements. And so what happens here is you build a lot more recurring revenue through your subs rather than placing on the front end, because if you try to run an ad to a supplement, unless your supplement is endorsed by, the Joe Rogans, you were talking like Athletic Greens 1, and you've got these big influencers, you don't have a lot of affinity to repeat purchases because it's a commodity. Okay, so the thing that uncommoditizes you, okay, is your ability to coach, it's your ability to inform, it's your ability to educate, it's your ability to build a relationship with them. And that's why this is a great tool. Sorry, I've just put subs and I realized it's covered there by my face. All right, so let's go over to the numbers and what we're essentially going to look at. So first and foremost, a break-even offer or a break-even funnel looks somewhat like this. You sell an offer that's really, really good. And in this particular case, I want to kind of give you the strategy and the theory. And then obviously we've got this built out, but we're going to be running this and then I'll do a case study on this later on. And I'll show you exactly what worked, what didn't work. This is literally what we're strategizing together. And these are our numbers. So in order to make this happen, we're going to be running ads. The first thing that we're going to sell is we're going to sell them. And she's a fantastic coach that teaches about pro-metabolic eating to support your metabolism, fix your hormones, especially for 40 and 50-year-old women that go through perimenopause and, they start gaining weight because their metabolism slows down, etc., etc. So in the first one, we're going to be selling a 30-day challenge to introducing them to the pro-metabolic diet, okay? And the thing that I want to kind of break down here for you, especially when you're thinking about trying to sell something on the break even, is that you want to simplify it as much as possible. You don't want to give them the whole entire thing. You don't want to give them the whole entire transformation. You want to break this down because it's a lot more digestible for people to take one element at a time and allow them to pick and choose from the buffet what they want. What I mean by this is we could have easily just gone, hey, we'll do a 30-day transformation challenge. And this is what we used to do, which is we're going to just show you everything in 30 days. Come join the challenge for $30, etc., etc. Now we're actually just going to talk about the diet component, because when you market something, it becomes easier to sell them on the one idea rather than the 3 ideas. And so I want to share something with you. When we used to do the 7-day transformation program, we would teach them diet, training, exercise, emotional baggage, all that stuff, and helping them overcome their limiting beliefs, their stories, their environment, all that good stuff, which is necessary and it's required to help them change, but it's harder to consume because not everybody wants all of these elements. So when you're thinking about marketing a message, especially through advertising, the advertising needs to go something like this. Hey, if you're a woman and you've tried all of these diets and you feel like you don't have any energy, you need to give this pro-metabolic diet a try. You'll get to eat all these yummy foods. It'll make you feel way better. You'll have more energy. Give this diet a try. So rather than, hey, you need to give this 30-day transformation challenge a try where you're going to do a different diet, where you're going to do a different training program, and where we're going to help you. It's too much to conceptualize as a consumer. And that's one of the things that I've learned over time, especially as we scale up campaigns, is that you have to make the first offer as simple as possible. And it's actually easier to create this first offer because it's so simple. If you think about this, it's like if I'm running something and I want to help somebody fix, if I'm a marketing agent, I'm an advertising agency, and I want to help fix somebody's acquisition problem, I'm not going to give them the whole entire acquisition process. I'm just literally going to be like, hey, write these ads. My first thing will literally be about ads. These ads outperform any other ads I've ever tried for this industry. Okay, these ads are the best ads. And then the next thing that I would sell is the next thing that they need. So it's like, oh, these ads plus this funnel. And the next thing that I would sell is the next thing that they need. These ads plus this funnel plus this email sequence is crazy. And then the next thing that I'd sell is the next thing that they need. All part of that acquisition process. I wouldn't give that whole thing entire up front, because what happens is not everybody wants that entire thing. It becomes harder to get them to buy into the idea, because you need to just talk and share with them how simple it is, as opposed to, oh, you have to do all these 4 things and these 4 steps. People want the idea that, hey, they can get started, and breaking it down with them allows them to believe that, hey, it is possible if they do fix that one thing. And so I want to share that with you, because I think that's a big nugget that we've actually broken down in this. So in the first one, I'm talking about diet. In this second one, this is actually called an upsell. So once they buy the diet, they can move on to this upsell, and it's like, hey, by the way, congratulations, you've got the diet. This is going to transform your life. But if you'd like to transform your body, you'd like to feel toned, you'd like to get that body that you want this year, come and do this 90-day program. And this is all about strength training. And then finally, this last thing is all about what is that next thing, which is overcoming their emotional baggage, their stories, their environment, talking to them about all the things that will hold them back along this journey. Okay, so we've got $27, $67, and $47. And so our conversion rates are like this. This is the assumption that we're making. We're assuming that 10% of people that land on this page will buy. So what that means is, look, if I get 100 people on this page, 10 people will buy it, which allows me an average order value of $2.7. Okay, this is really important, an average cart value. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm doing 27 times 10%. It's going to give us $2.70. I'm going to then assume, okay, as an upsell, that 20% of people that purchased the diet book, okay, because they're already a customer, they actually want the next thing as well. 20% of them will buy the 67, which is relative. We've got a funnel running, and so these are generally staying in line with that. So it's nothing far-fetched, but industry is going to change. So what I want to share with you is, if you're running B2B, your costs are going to be a lot higher. And so what I would like to assume is that the products that you sell are going to be a lot higher. This is a business to consumer. We're selling to such a big audience. You know, we've got 40 to 50-year-old women all around the world that we can target. And so you're going to see that our average cart value is quite low in compared to other industries that you see higher $100 average cart values. Okay, well, 20% here at $67, that gives us $13.40. And then you've got $47 at 20%, that gives us $9.40. If my math is right, if my Asian math is right, I've got an average cart value of $25.5, which is our target CPA. What does that mean? It means I can spend $25 to acquire a customer and to break even. Okay, $25.50. And if I can hit this number every single day, then I can break even. What I can do is I can offer them a free trial, okay, which we would expect 30% to take up and then 20% to ongo. Okay, so what this means is this. If I want, okay, let's call it $25. Let's say I spend $100 a day, okay. If I'm spending $100 a day, and let's say I successfully break even, I make $100 back, that brings in 4 customers, okay, 1.2 of them will take up a trial, and then out of that 1.2, well, I'll get whatever it is, 0.24 will convert. Okay, but this is where the math starts to get interesting, because I'm not limited by time. I'm actually limited by this input in advertising spend. Okay, I'm actually, like, my limitation isn't time. How long will it take me? How long it will take me to get to 100K a month depends on how much I'm able to spend profitably. Okay, so this is the math. When you first build this out and you spend $100 a day, and at low budgets, this works fantastic. But at high budgets, what you're going to start to notice is, if you spend $1,000 a day, and let's say we're still able to break even, I do that math. I get $1,000 there. I get 40 customers now, right? I get a 30% conversion rate. So I get 12 people to try, and then from the 12 people, I get 2.4 people to sign on. Well, I've got 2.4 people at $69 a month. I've got 2.4 people. That's $1,000 a day. Okay, and that's every day. So if you think about this over the span of a month, I've essentially added, let's call it 120 people plus the 0.4 times 3, yeah, whatever it is. Let's call it 120 people I've added every month to my recurring membership. We're not factoring in churn at the moment, but we're looking at acquisition based on a 30K ad spend, which is really, really cool. Because every month, if I do 120 times 69, I'm adding essentially $8,400 in recurring revenue every month. And we'll talk about churn in a different thing, in a different video as that pops up. But I want you to understand this, and I want you to understand why this is so important. This is literally the fastest way as an expert for you to build a low ticket membership, because you can literally spend money on ads, you can make your money back on the digital product, and then you can ask them to offer a free trial. Okay, the craziest part about this is if the numbers don't begin to work out, we can create other things that we can add inside of the funnel to increase our average cart value. Okay, so we can definitely add in something like meal plans. We can add in recipe books. We can add in cook this whole entire thing for your family. We can add in, instead of a 90-day program, we go, why don't we just offer them a 12-month program and charge it, or we change this to 12-month and we increase this conversion rate from 20 to 25. We can actually make the offer better. Once we have the subs, we can also put the sub bundle in as well. So it doesn't actually pertain to just this funnel itself. All this is quite malleable and fixable based on the numbers that we get. The craziest part is, on top of this, we're assuming that this is our only offer that we have to promote. And what I mean by that is, once people actually come in through the trial with, remember all those leads that we had, that we're getting, and now if we're spending $1,000 a day, we've got all these leads that are coming in every single day, we can actually run a promotion to them. And this is where it gets fun, where you can actually sell annual memberships, or you can sell and you can run a special promotion for them to come in, where the first 100 people get X, Y, and Z. And you can run these promos every month. But I'm not going to talk about that today. I'll talk about pimping up and adding to, you know, how do you add fuel on the fire a little bit later. But what I want you to understand is this. This is the most important thing that you need to understand. It's the break-even offer. It's the how do I acquire customers at break-even such that I now get customers that I can offer into a free trial, $1 trial, whatever it is, or even, heck, you can go directly to 69 if you like. If your offer is that good. So with that being said, that is the strategy behind this. There is going to be so much more that I will cover and I can cover as I unpack this. But I want to leave you with this video so that you can think about what are your break-even offers that you can actually bring in people. It's not going to cost you anything. You can spend $1,000, $10,000 a day, $100,000 a day, and that's going to allow you to rapidly grow this. Now, of course, there's going to be things like churn that we have to factor in inside of the membership. There's going to be things where we look at how do we convert more free trials to actually members? What offers can we make them to give to them to actually stay or possibly sign up for 12 months? These are things that, as I'm constantly thinking about, I will write down and let you guys know. Anyway, with that being said, I hope this helps, because you don't have to have a big following. You don't have to be somewhat charismatic. If you feel like you're not an expert, then I would still particularly learn the skill, because you can then go out there and partner with experts who don't have this skill. This skill, regardless of whether or not you're a business person, you have some sort of expertise, or you don't, is a valuable skill, because you can scale any business quite quickly, especially one that sells a low-end recurring subscription, because you know you can then sell products to them. It all becomes profit. All right. With that being said, let me know in the comment sections what you think about this. What else would you like to learn? And if I missed out on anything, if you have any confusion, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to answer it. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye for now.